Hey y'all. So as you see, I'm back with another episode. Life has been a whirlwind lately, and this episode, as you see in the title, is about scholarships, right? As you know, I am in my DNP program, and honestly, it's expensive, okay? It's very, very expensive. And as you see with the current administration, the things that have changed and been done to how much you can get in student loans, etc., it has been a crazy ride, especially for those who want to go and get their graduate degrees. So, as I said, I'm currently in my DNP program, and we all know that the cost of school is high. So, currently, my DNP program annually is about $15,000. Now, that is cheap in comparison to other programs. Other programs can get up to $100,000, y'all. And honestly, for being a mother, being a full time worker, having bills and inflation, we just cannot truly afford to be in school. So, what do? Do we get the loans, which is fine? Do we go for the scholarships? Do we get a combo of both? Or are we storing away money to make sure that we're able and prepared to go to school? Now, me, I do have a combination of both. Initially, I did start off with getting the student loan so that I can make my way through the program. Um, and now I have been able to score several scholarships. So that's why I'm here today to talk to you about my experience getting that money, y'all. Okay. So, why do you want to get scholarships versus loans? As I said, you have to do what you have to do as long as you understand the concepts of the loans that you're getting. For my younger students that are looking at this and you have no idea what the loans have to do, like what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm just signing my name on the dotted line. And a lot of us have been that person. Like when I was 18, fresh out of high school, they giving me this paperwork to sign off on. I don't know what I'm doing. I just knew that they said that I couldn't go to class tomorrow if I didn't pay this money. And they gave me the paper and I didn't know nothing about it. And I may have received a refund check and I may not have received a refund check. I don't remember. I don't think I received a lot of refund checks. I think I got just up to what I needed to be able to sustain that. But while I was in college, I also was a RA, so I had free housing. And then at one point, our administrator came into my job and received help for me. So my last semester was paid for by a grant that he put me in. So that's just being kind in general. And then, treating people how you want to be treated, and it may work out for you. Don't always think that you're going to get something out of it. Do it from the kindness of your heart, but that ended up happening to me. So, why do you want scholarships? Scholarships are free money. You don't have to pay them back ever. So, but you do want to make sure that you thank the people that give you the scholarships. You want to make sure that you're grateful for the fact that they've invested into you in your college journey, and where you're going to end up. Scholarships reduce financial stress. Less debt means less pressure after graduation. Now, a lot of us, we don't really care about the loans. one of the one of the people that I follow, she said they got to get it in blood, honey. They're gonna have to get them student loans in blood. But you can focus on your career and not just paying off student loans. We know that as I said earlier, with the current administration, they're taking away some of the flex plans that they had before that allowed you to pay a lot less than what you could, so that you could be able to survive during this financial catastrophe. Like, what is going on here? What is going on? Gas is high, eggs is high, eggs is high, eggs are high. Okay? Eggs are high, period. But that does mean that you can focus on your career. So you'll have increased freedom and flexibility. So graduates with little to no debt can choose the jobs that they're passionate about instead of going into the high paying ones that they're just using to be able to fund them paying off their debt. And it's easier to consider opportunities like internships, fellowships, entrepreneurship. And don't forget our externships. Okay? Like, you wouldn't have to expend yourself like I did driving Lyft, driving Uber, working at Kohl's, working at this place, working at that place, all of the places. I'm just working, child, working. Okay. Scholarships can boost your resume. So being a scholarship recipient shows achievement, leadership, and service. Employers and programs see it as a mark of excellence. So list that as your achievement. I didn't even know that I could list that as my achievements until I started doing more scholarship research. And then your scholarships can stack. Paper on paper on paper. Your scholarships can stack, baby. It's not like the coupon at the place where you got a 20% off and then you got a 30% off and then they tell you that you can't get 50. And now you're like, hold on, why can't I stack? We used to be able to stack. Why we can't stack now? We used to be able to why we can't stack now? The scholarships can stack, y'all. But of course, like, your loans don't stack. They only truly pile up. But what I can say, I'm going to give you an out on that. If you can go into public health, you will be able to opt into loan, whatever. What is it? My brain. I'm getting brain fog. That's how far-fetched it is for me. Loan forgiveness. You can opt into loan forgiveness, and that will allow you to get forgiven in 10 years. So as long as you pay on time, and if I'm not mistaken, it has to be an amount that they feel like is indicative of you being worthy of getting forgiven. You can't just pay $20 and be like, I paid $20 every month for 10 years. I should be able to get forgiven. I think you have to pay the amount that is supposed to be in your repayment plan. And then after those 10 years, you can be forgiven. So yes, there is a caveat to that. You can get your loans forgiven. So scholarships encourage network and opportunities. Y'all, when I received my scholarship, they said, oh, baby, you need to go on and take off in February because you have a networking dinner to go to. I'm like, I have to go to a dinner in February? I have to let my work know. Like, I have to, what? Me? Oh my goodness. Why didn't I do this sooner? But it has many networking opportunities. So many come with memberships in professional organizations, mentorships, or conferences. But of course, your loans, they be coming with that monthly bill. They want it. Defer, 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 defer. But here we go. We need to understand graduate scholarships. So you're going to come across in your scholarship search, you're going to come across a lot of scholarships that are not for graduate students. They're normally for your undergraduate students who are fresh into college, first generation scholars. And sometimes that can bog you down and make you want to give up on the search of scholarships. But honestly, keep looking. There are merit-based scholarships, need-based scholarships, research-based scholarships, and grants, diversity focused scholarships, field-specific scholarships. And they can come from your universities, they can come from nonprofits, they can come from private organizations, employers, or your government. So if you are a nurse student and you work for an organization now, like you work for a hospital, go ahead and look into what they offer to you. What can they offer to you? Will they invest into you getting your next degree, whether that's a BSN, whether that's an LPN, whether that's a certificate? Some of these hospital systems do have those resources. You just don't know about it. So reach out to your HR professional and see if they have that, or you can go on to your portals and just type it in scholarship. And that should bring up what scholarships they have, if they provide any funding for you, or any of that. So where can you find the scholarships, y'all? Of course, your university's financial aid offices and departmental awards, professional associates, like for instance, with our nurses, you have ANA for American Nurses Associates. You have AORN, which is American Operational Registered Nurses Association, where they do provide these American Critical Nurses Association, Black American Nurses Association. There are so many different professional associations that are out there that you really don't know about, because I just found out, y'all, it's a Black association for nurses. Did you hear about that? Did you hear? Let me see. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. For our nurses who want to collaborate, who want to organize, who want to be around other women who have gone through this, who know about this. Let me put y'all on, because I'm about to get on too. And they do have a lot of scholarships, but you have to be a member in order to get the scholarship. And then they have their chapters in different cities. So it's called NBNA, National Black. Hold on, is it the right one? Yeah, I don't want to give y'all nothing wrong. Let me make sure it's right. Yeah, because this is a chapter here, y'all. I gotta get in it. Ain't that what the kids say? I'm talking about in it. National Black Nurses Association. Get to it. Get to it. Because I'm about to. I'm about to. And then you also can go to your scholarship databases, FastWeb, ProFellow, scholarships.com, etc. And of course, as I said, your employer may have tuition assistance. And you need to find out what that kind of sort of looks like, because sometimes it's not upfront money, it's like back end money. And sometimes you need that money right now. You need that money now. And unfortunately, some of these tuition assistance programs, they will require you to finish out your semester, provide them with your grades, and then they will award you your monies. Okay. So let's talk about application strategies. How to stand out with your personal statement. Be you. Be who you are. Be who you are authentically. If you have a story to tell your story. It's really, really important that you sound like who you are, so they can get a feel of who you are. Everybody has a story, right? So lately I have been utilizing the why of me being a DNP. And I haven't released that video yet, but I'll just give y'all a synopsis of why. My dad passed away, and fortunately, but unfortunately, that drove me into overdrive. Instead of grieving as much as I was supposed to, I threw myself into work and school. And because he passed away, it led me to where I am now. However, I was been supposed to come back to school. But when I started my career, I was a COVID nurse, which burnt me all the way out, and I never went back to school. I had a whole plan of becoming a DNP. That's the reason why I'm here today. Never was going to go to DNP school, period. I was going to be a PA or a doctor, had already started all my little paperwork and stuff, and then I just happened to not really bump into, it was just by fate that I was at work, and Lowe's brought me a lot of opportunity. I got a free ride on my last semester in college. I figured out what I wanted to be. Um, but while there, I ran into a DNP, and she was like, "Yeah, you can shadow me. You can shadow me." And so I started shadowing her, and her name is my name. So I started shadowing her, and she started giving me all the deets and things. And I was like, I loved how she interacted with her patients. And it was very, very counter of what I saw being being shown in the field of a PA, because they just weren't able to give the amount of time and care to pour into their patients like the DNP did. And so that's how I ended up saying, this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to do it. And I want to be in this lane. However, got into COVID and it was over with. It was over with for me. But yes, that's how my application starts normally. Like, I tell them about myself, how it was when I first started in this field, where I was, where my mentality was. And so that lets them know who I am. But I also let them know that while I was in undergrad, y'all, I didn't even recognize how much I was doing in my undergrad programs, because I do have bachelor's two bachelor degrees. I have one in biology, and then I have my BSN. And so I did not recognize how much volunteer work that I was doing until I went back into my repertoire, and I was like, hold on, Keisha, you used to do this, 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 you used to do this. And I'm like, hold on, I really was out here dedicating my time to the world. Dedicating my time to the world, giving my time to people, giving back. And I have started doing that. And you have to know that you're not going to always be giving to receive, but you have to know that when you're giving out good into the world, it will come back to you. And so that's what I've been seeing lately. What's the importance of your recommendation letters? Y'all, it is important that you get the people that you know that are going to ride for you, even if they didn't know you that long, right? So you create those relationships. You be kind to people, be genuine to people, build those relationships everywhere that you go, because the world is a big, small place. A big, small place. And so I reached back to some of my teachers from undergrad, some of the people that I worked with recently, and they gave me very good recommendation letters. But I have heard the latter. I have heard people say that they didn't use their recommendation letters and they've opened it up and it's basically been reading them for filth. When they thought that they had a good relationship with that teacher didn't see them in the light that they really were, and would have sabotaged their ability to go to school. And I feel like that is a terrible thing to do. But people do it every day, and they will smile in your face whole time. They don't want you to succeed. They backstabbers. Backstabbers. So be careful. And honestly, it's not, you would never know. You would, because I know that teacher that did that, and you would never know that she would do something like that. But she did. Okay, so common mistakes to avoid. Avoid applying too late, avoid applying too early. And then just applying to things that don't relate to what you want, if that makes sense. Now, I have gathered a few scholarships this year. Now, this is the first time that I've actually put in for scholarships, tracked my scholarships, and I've refined my statements. And this is the first time that I'm seeing that I'm getting scholarships back. I actually applied for a scholarship and I'm now in the second round and I'm waiting for that. So that's exciting. And then I woke up one day, I had a scholarship. I woke up another day, I had a scholarship. I was at work. I looked at my email. That was like, hey, you got a scholarship. I said, oh my God. Oh my. Oh my. Let me give myself a, yeah. Yeah, shout out to my daddy who's not in sister. You hear me? Looking out for your girl. Life has been hard. If life has been hard, but yes, I'm trying to make sure that I've gone through everything for you all. I do want to say that you can also go on the FAFSA website to get a scholarship as well. I will say that FAFSA, they have the scholarships and they have the grants, and you can also apply on there. But for the most part, y'all, apply. If you don't apply, you can't get a yes, you can't get a no. It's no use in crying over spilled milk if you don't get it. You just try again. As the late great Aaliyah said, you pick yourself up and you try again. But I will say I do want to give y'all a book that y'all can read, because I read this book and I do feel like it did enlighten me on the things that I needed for scholarships. And I also did talk to this young lady, and this is not sponsored, but I did want to show you. This is Find Your Nursing Degree by I am Nurse D, and you should definitely go and grab it. And if you can't afford it, go on FAFSA, look through their scholarship stuff. Always apply for your FAFSA, even if you're not going to get loans, so that whenever you're ready to apply for scholarships, you've already done it. But I can say that, y'all, apply. Apply, because you deserve it. You really do deserve it. And it's hard out here for a pimp when they trying to get the money for the rent. And get the money for school, because school is expensive and we have to afford ourselves the right of going to school and succeeding and not worrying about how we gonna get the money. Like, the money is going to be there. You got it. Regardless, you gonna make it, period. You're gonna do great. My DNP students, we here. You got it. I know that it's hard. I know that it's expensive, but you got it. For my doctors, I saw the stress that y'all are going through about not being able to afford going to college. Scholarships. It's time to apply. I know that you want those loans. I know that you want to get those. It's the easiest thing to do. I know that y'all in residency at nighttime and y'all are tired out y'all behind, but you got to carve out a little bit of time to put those scholarships in. I know it's not the ideal thing to be sitting there typing away. I just put in 4 scholarships last night, was up until 1:00 doing scholarships, creating promo for the Tea Party, all type of stuff. We got to get it done. Y'all, I know that the easy thing is to submit promissory note, sign it, get it out. I know that's the easy thing to do. However, with everything that's going on in the world today, we ain't got time. We ain't got time. We do not have the time to be bogged down in these scholarships, these loans, which you pay your monthly payment and move on. But a lot of people are going into professions that they don't even know. They paying more out for the degree than they will ever get in an annual salary. And that's unfortunate, because a lot of people are doing this and it's like, this is what I love to do. And unfortunately, with what you love to do, it's not afforded. And if you want to do something that you love to do, get a scholarship. You get a scholarship. Y'all, I want to have my own scholarship. I want to have my own scholarship so that I can give to those who need it. But I need to make some money off of this YouTube channel first. I need for my YouTube channel to fund my scholarship fund. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So share this with your sister, your brother, your mama, your daddy, your cousins, your uncles, everybody. Your uncle who you think he don't want to be a nurse, he might want to be a nurse too. He might have some kids that want to be nurses. Share it with them. Share it with everybody so that I can get this channel monetized, so that people will see it on a greater scale, because I really do think that the Evolve Nurse has a lot in store for a lot of different people, especially if they don't have those resources. So make sure that you're doing that. Also, we do have the Tea Party coming up in February. Be there. I'm not going to call you a square because you're not one. If you can't make it, that's fine. It's going to be here in Jacksonville, Florida. So you can go, and we're in early bird season right now. Early bird tickets are, let me see. Now this is, you can get it on www.theevolvenurse.com. We do have sponsorship tickets as well, so look into those. But our early bird prices right now for our general admission is $65. And for our early bird VIP is $100. If you were privy or was in the room at the last one, you know that we had huge gift bags. We had a great panel. The food was banging. The music was banging. The tea experience was elevated. So make sure that you're in the room this time as well. Now, what I can say is, y'all, go get you some yoni potion. Go get some yoni potion. That yoni potion is a product made by the Zulu nurse. She's creating a drink and other products to make sure that our reproductive systems are at its appropriate pH, so that we can feel and look like the women that we are. Like, you don't want to walk around feeling self-conscious about the things that you can't help, but you can help it with yoni potion. So down in the description, you will see that yoni potion is there with a code, and you can get, I think, 10% off right now with yoni potion. Now, in addition to that, go get you some vitamins from Black Girl Vitamins. Go get your vitamins from Black Girl Vitamins. Why aren't you getting your vitamins from Black Girl Vitamins? Code in the description as well. Yes. Then for my nurses, I will be rolling out a new externship book. I do have one that's already up and it's free, but this next one is not going to be free because I have a lot more information in that one. So be on the lookout for that as well. But with all that said, y'all, I hope that you all have a great day. With everything that's going on, get you a scholarship. It does make life a little bit more easier. I'm not going to lie to you. It does make life a little more easier. I can breathe a little bit. I can breathe a little bit. I can breathe again. But y'all have a great day. And that's me, your host, Keisha, off. Bye.